Okay, so for today's video, it's going to be a video about 10 things that you guys don't know about me, or probably don't know about me. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing is my name. My name is actually Henry. I'm not sure if many people know that because the title of this channel is called Rain Tunes. I was named this because when my parents had me, they had a neighbor that was named Henry, who was like a really nice guy apparently. My dad said that he never met a Henry he didn't like. So that was kind of like what motivated them to name me. The original name my mom wanted to name me was Paul Indigo, which I pretty much have nothing to say about it. Okay, so the next thing is where I'm from. I'm actually from America, as you guys know, but the state I'm from is Arizona, which is in the southwest, right next to California. The whole state itself is like a huge desert with cactus and lizards and what you might imagine with a desert setting. But I'm actually from the only place there that isn't a desert. It's a small little mountain area called Flagstaff. It's a really small town and it actually snows there during the winter, which is awesome. It was a really great place to grow up because it was like in nature, there were tons of trees. It was totally kind of removed from the desert environment and it's like 30 minutes away from the Grand Canyon. So you might imagine that there's a lot of beauty in that area. Someday I'll take you guys back to go with me when I visit there again, which might be like sometime next year. The next thing is, how old am I? I'm actually 22 years old. I just had my birthday a few months ago, so I'm pretty much just recently 22. I don't have much else to say about that. I just think it's something you guys should know. It's kind of interesting. I'm 22. There's nothing else really to say about that. Okay, so the next thing is talking about pets. So I don't actually have any pets in Taiwan, but I do have a small dog in Arizona who's right now staying with my mom and my grandma. I got her when I was like 14, I think. She's a small Maltese dog which you see everywhere around here in Taiwan, and her name is Sabrina. And she's just kind of like a really small weird dog. She spins a lot. She kind of like twirls, she has like a really crazy personality and she's awesome. She's like this big and she's fully grown. She's not gonna get any bigger, so yeah, she's like one of my favorite things in the world and I miss her every day. The next thing is why I even came to Taiwan in the first place. I came here because I was studying Chinese and I really wanted to have an immersive experience in a culture that spoke Chinese. So at the time I was using Skype a lot to study and I met a lot of friends online who were from Taiwan. They showed me pictures and told me that Taiwan still uses like the traditional Chinese characters, which I think are really beautiful. So it wasn't a hard choice to come here at all. It was a pretty easy decision just to jump on a plane after I got out of high school and come right to Taiwan. When I first came here, I spent 2 weeks working on a farm before I went up to Fengjia University to study Chinese. So yeah, I'll definitely make a video more in depth about that in the future, so look out for it. Okay, so we're halfway through the list right now. What I want you to do in the comments is give me 3 things about yourself that are interesting. It could be about your favorite pet, or your favorite movie, or what you like to do. It could be anything. Just 3 interesting things down in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are gonna write. Back to the list. Okay, so now I'm guessing that the next question is gonna be, why did I start learning Chinese? Well, it all happened when one day I got food poisoning, like really bad food poisoning. I was really sick and I didn't go to school. So I was just in my bed doing like research because I've always loved languages. So I looked up like the most spoken languages in the world. Chinese was first and English was second, I think. And I figured if I could learn Chinese too, because I already spoke English, I'd be able to speak with so many people in the world because such a high number of people spoke those 2 languages. Right then, I went to the library. I guess I was starting to feel better. And I rented one book that they had there for Chinese. And I still remember when I got in the car and I opened it up and the first thing was just hello, ni hao. And I was just sitting there and I said ni hao. At that time I had no idea what this one word would do to change my entire life, as I got more interested in Chinese and I went to Taiwan and that changed my entire life. So it seemed like a really small moment, but it became a really huge thing. And after that I just got more and more interested in it. I would use Skype every day to talk to people, and I just really fell in love with the language. It's not that hard to learn. The grammar is really simple, and The grammar is really simple, and the writing system is not as complicated as you think it is because all the images pretty much make sense. So definitely there's going to be more things coming about my Chinese learning experience. I want to make a whole series about how I learn Chinese and how you guys can learn Chinese too. Look out for that. So moving on. Okay, so something else that you guys don't know about me is that I'm actually still a student. Right now I'm taking classes from an American university online for animation and filmmaking. So I'm a junior right now. I'm a little bit behind than all of my classmates that I graduated with in high school because I spent 1 year in Taiwan learning Chinese and not taking any degree. So I'm gonna graduate like 1 year after them. I'm about to start summer school classes because I really want to hurry up and get my degree as soon as possible. So as I start these classes, I'm going to show you guys more and more of what I'm working on and how that's going. And I'm just really happy that an online alternative exists because I wouldn't be able to afford to even live in America right now. And because of that, I can live in Taiwan and be here, but also still get my degree for animation and filmmaking, which I just think is really cool. This kind of thing was not even close to existing like 10 years ago, so I'm really lucky to be in this time and have this opportunity. By the way, my focus is in 3D animation, so I hope you guys are going to see a lot of really cool animation coming up soon with like 3D characters in my vlogs, like jumping around or whatever's going to happen. So look forward to that. Okay, so next is my favorite movie. And I have so many favorite movies because I love cinema and I love going to the movies and watching as many as I can. My all-time favorite probably has to be Rushmore by Wes Anderson. I first saw this movie when I was in high school and it kind of just opened my mind up and showed me that you really don't need to follow the rules that people are setting for you. From my beginning time in school until I graduated, I always had a hard time dealing with teachers and dealing with the principals. I never really was causing any bad trouble. I was a really good kid and student. I had nearly perfect grades the entire time, but just because I had a different way of thinking, the teachers would always get in arguments with me and they would send me to the office and all this crazy stuff. There were so many times when I wanted to just stop saying what was right and just say what everyone else was saying because I didn't want to be an outcast. But at the same time, Rushmore showed me that you can just do what you think is right and follow what's in your heart, and you don't have to be afraid of what other people are going to say, because when you graduate out of high school and go to college or go into your real work life, you're going to find other people that have similar ways of thinking and you'll find like where you fit in. And also, it's just important to say what's on your mind. If nobody said what they were thinking because they were worried about other people getting mad at them or like pushing them out of a group, we would pretty much be nowhere. So this movie really just showed me that it's more important to speak the truth and be honest with yourself than trying to be honest so others will like you. This movie helped reinforce that idea in my head, and in general, it's just a really well shot movie. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I really recommend that you check it out. Next are my two favorite musicians, which are John Lennon and Kanye West. Most everybody acknowledges that John Lennon is a talented musician. A lot of people hate Kanye West, and I would just recommend, before you form any thought about him, ignore what anyone else has ever said to you about him. Just go listen to his music, starting from his first album. Let his music tell you who he is. Don't let the opinion of people in the media tell you who he is. Right now, those are my two favorites because they really just speak to me in a way that most other people don't. I really feel something when I listen to their music, so I recommend that you check them both out if you haven't already. So the next thing about me that you don't know is, why did I call this channel Rain Tunes? The name I basically got from combining rain, obviously, with cartoons, and I just took the tunes on that and added it to Rain. I thought it was kind of a catchy name, it's easy to write, and I really just wanted people to know that this was going to be something that included animation, but it was also more serious. I added the rain because rain always makes a day feel deeper to me. It makes me feel more introspective, and it always just gives me like a certain mood to the day. So I wanted people to know that this was tunes with animation, but also it's going to be something deeper than that with the rain. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching today. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you tomorrow. That shot was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.